Just in case you don't already know, you really want to be a part of our studio audience. It's a great time for everybody. Book your seat by visiting WVOC.com and clicking on our picture at the top of the page, or give us a call, 443-880-9116. Question for you. What if I told you that you could prevent and maybe actually reverse disease through the proper food choices? Seems pretty simple, right? Well, that's exactly the message one woman is sharing after interviewing more than 100 doctors, nutritionists, and athletes across the country. Fresh fruits, nuts, hearty salads, and even desserts. Sushana Castle says going vegan doesn't have to be boring.
Don't feel that you'll be deprived of foods.
And it could save your life. Sushana is the co-author of Rethink Food. 100 Doctors Can't Be Wrong. In it, top doctors challenge us to eliminate meat and dairy so our bodies can heal.
We're learning new areas of science by simple evidence that plant nutrition does indeed contain every nutrient that our body does require.
Cardiologist Dr. Baxter Montgomery contributed to the book. He says eating meat and dairy leads to inflammation in the body, which is a hallmark of disease.
And inflammation underscores virtually every chronic illness that we know of.
Cut out foods that create inflammation, and you'll take charge of your health.
You know, the eggs, the bacon, all that stuff, those are cancer-promoting foods. And so as long as you eat cancer-promoting foods, then you have cancer. We've actually had patients with advanced heart disease that we've shown reverse the heart disease on these diets. People going from diabetes on 100 units of insulin going to nothing.
Dr. Montgomery runs a nutritional boot camp at his practice. By simply switching to a plant-based diet, patients slash inflammation by 34% on average in just 4 weeks and drop 5% of their body weight.
What we're doing is allowing the body to heal itself in a natural way. You can't get a better cure than that.
Dr. Montgomery became especially interested in plant-based diets a decade ago when he suffered with high cholesterol. The former meat eater has been able to control it with his new eating habits ever since. Well, many health issues can be controlled by diet and a general awareness of one's body. One person who needed to make herself extremely aware of a person's overall health is someone who works in the media. She is the longest-running host ever on early morning television, spanning 2 decades. She's an award-winning journalist. She's a best-selling author, a health and wellness advocate, international speaker, and most importantly, a mom of 7. She's also a breast cancer survivor. And of course, I'm talking about the lovely Joan London. She joins us this afternoon to talk about her brave fight and her new search. Joan, thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Oh, it's my pleasure to be here. Thank you.
So if I may be so personal, how are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing great, thank you. It's been 9 months since my diagnosis. And I just finished my treatments. I went through 16 rounds of chemo and 6 weeks of radiation and surgery, and I've now crossed the finish line, and I am a survivor.
Congratulations, that's wonderful. For those of us that don't know, can you take us back to when you were first diagnosed and what that was like for you?
Yeah, and you know, you can be a health advocate. I was all over the country, you know, talking to people, inspiring them, motivating them to get early screenings and to take charge of their health. And then all of a sudden, you hear those words, you have cancer. And, I had no family history. It turns out I didn't carry the BRCA1 or 2 gene. I just didn't really, I wasn't one that you would have suspected would get breast cancer, but wow. It just kind of goes to show you that every woman has to be vigilant in understanding their own breast health and in getting all those screenings because no one's immune.
So since then, you've made it your mission to educate others. How and
yeah.
I guess why?
I think it would have been uncharacteristic of me, really. I've shared my whole life with the public by virtue of being on live television, whether I wanted to or not. And this was almost in an odd kind of a way. It was a gift because I realized all of a sudden it wasn't just going to be my journey, that I had the opportunity to really learn as much as I could and to reach out to other women and help them. And oddly, by switching that focus from my cancer to helping other women with cancer, I think it made my journey much more tolerable and certainly more fulfilling.
What else have you got going on with you?
Well, I journaled from the very first day of my diagnosis, and I've done a couple things. I've videotaped every step of the way, and I've shared that video blog at joanlondon.com, and I've just had thousands of women come on, share their journey, look at the blog and write me and say, I just got diagnosed. I got to go on and see what it looks like to go into radiation or what it looks like to go into chemotherapy.
Oh my goodness.
And thanks for taking the scary out of it. And I've also put it all into a book. It's called Had I Known.
Yeah.
And that'll be coming out later this year.
Can't wait to see that. And of course, the 7 kids don't impact your time at all, do they?
You know what they do? They make life exciting. My 3 older girls are now in their 20s and 30s, and I'm very fortunate. They were with me every step of the way. They were with me at every treatment during this journey, along with my husband. And I'm very fortunate to have that kind of support. But I hear from women every day who don't have anyone. And some of them are single moms with kids, and they have to still go to work. And this is not an easy treatment to go through and still go to work. And they need assistance. So if you go to breakawayfromcancer.com, there are 4 amazing organizations, and they deliver a myriad of services. And Jimmy, I'm talking about a ride to chemo, a ride to radiation.
Right.
Maybe they can't afford their copay. Maybe they need help just navigating the insurance maze and Medicare. All of that help is available with no expense, free. And so I'm kind of here just to make sure to tell everybody, don't go it alone. Go online, go here. It's available in every city across America. There's help out there for you.
Joan, thank you so much for sharing your story, for telling everybody, and good luck with everything. It's absolutely wonderful. Wow. Now, if you'd like to learn more about the Breakaway from Cancer Champion search or join Joan's fight, all you have to do is go to our website at WBOC.com and click on our picture at the top of the page. That is one busy lady. After the break, you're going to see how busy our own Sean Stryker has been. In today's Day in the Life series, he shows us life from the top of a roof. Up next, we learn just what goes into installing a roof, everything from protecting your home once it's up to protecting yourself while you're up there. Something you certainly don't want to have happen at your house is a fire. A little later on, you're going to learn how prescribed burns and fire learning exhibits are allowing kids to fight fire with fire. But first, you know DelmarvaLife's all about community, and that includes your community. Is there something going on in your neighborhood that we'd love to hear about? Well, we'd love to see the pictures too. Send the information our way, along with any pictures you'd like to share. You can reach us at comments@DelmarvaLife.com, or you can like us on Facebook and share the information there. DelmarvaLife will be right back.